I'm 78 years old now. 78. It's a number that feels both incredibly long and surprisingly short. When I look in the mirror, I see the roadmap of my life etched in the lines around my eyes, the silver in my hair. Each wrinkle tells a story. But there's one story I never got to write, a chapter that's completely blank. It's the story of my travels. I always dreamed of seeing the world. As a little girl, I'd spin our globe, close my eyes, and let my finger land on a new, exotic place. The vibrant markets of Morocco, the snow-capped peaks of the Swiss Alps, the ancient temples of Japan. I collected postcards and read travel books like they were sacred texts. I promised myself that one day I would go. Then I met him. He was charming, handsome, and he swept me off my feet. We fell in love quickly. A whirlwind romance that felt like something out of a movie. We got married, bought a little house with a white picket fence, and started a family. Life was good. It was comfortable, but my dream of traveling, of seeing the world, it got packed away in a dusty old suitcase in the attic. Whenever I brought it up, he always had a reason why we couldn't go. Maybe next year, honey, when we have more saved up. The kids are too young right now. It would be too difficult. We need a new roof. The trip will have to wait. Year after year, the excuses piled up, and my suitcase in the attic gathered more dust. I told myself he was right, that he was being practical and responsible. So I waited. I was a good wife, a good mother. I put my family's needs before my own, believing that my time would come. The kids grew up and left home. We had more money, more freedom. The excuses should have stopped, but they didn't. They just changed. I'm too old for all that flying, he'd say. Why would we want to go anywhere else when we have everything we need right here? His world was small, and he wanted mine to be small too. He was content with his routine, his armchair, his television. And because I loved him, I stayed. I convinced myself that being with him was more important than seeing Paris or Rome. But deep down, a part of me felt like it was slowly fading away. I'd watch travel shows and feel a sharp pang of longing. I'd see photos from friends' vacations, and a quiet bitterness would creep into my heart. I was living a half-life, a life of what-ifs and maybes. I had given up the one thing that was truly mine, the one dream that I had held on to since I was a little girl with a spinning globe. He passed away 3 years ago. We had a good life, a long marriage. I miss him, but in the quiet of my empty house, the silence is often filled with regret. It's a heavy, suffocating feeling. I look at my passport, with its one and only stamp from a honeymoon trip to Niagara Falls 55 years ago, and I feel a profound sadness. I am 78 years old, and I have never seen the ocean from a different continent. I've never haggled in a foreign market or gotten lost in the winding streets of an ancient city. I let his fears and his contentment dictate the boundaries of my world. I allowed his comfort zone to become my cage, and that is my biggest regret. Not the arguments we had, not the mistakes we made, but the adventures we never took. The world I never saw. Recently, my granddaughter came over. She's 24, full of life and fire. She was planning a backpacking trip through Southeast Asia. As she showed me her itinerary, her eyes sparkling with excitement, I saw my younger self in her. I saw the same hunger for adventure, the same desire to explore the unknown. I pulled out my old, dusty suitcase from the attic. Inside were my tattered travel books and faded postcards. I told her my story, the story of my unfulfilled dream. I saw a flicker of sadness in her eyes, not for me, but for the girl I used to be. Then she said something that hit me like a lightning bolt. "Grandma," she said, "it's not too late, is it? At 78A. My body aches. My steps are slower. The world seems bigger and scarier than it did in my books. But what if she's right? What if the story isn't over? The last few pages are still unwritten. Maybe they don't have to be blank. It's terrifying. The thought of traveling alone at my age is overwhelming. But the thought of leaving this world with this heavy regret is even more so. So, I've made a decision. It's a small step. I'm renewing my passport. And I bought a new map. This time, I'm not just going to dream about the places. I am going to go. I'm starting with a trip to see the cherry blossoms in Japan. A dream I've held on to for 60 years. It won't be the backpacking adventure of my youth, but it will be my adventure. My chapter. If you're listening to this, and there's a dream you've put on hold for someone else, please, don't wait. Don't let someone else's fear become your reality. Your life is your own story to write. Don't let anyone else hold the pen. Don't wake up at 78 with a heart full of regret and a dusty, empty suitcase. The world is waiting for you. Go see it. It's never, ever too late to start living. Thanks for listening to my story. I hope it inspires you to chase your own adventures.